that acceptance and resilience and adaptation is key. I much prefer the phrase adaptive psychology rather than positive psychology. There's a danger in positive is that somehow I'm just going to smile and it's going to be okay. No, it's going to be hard work. Hey, how are you? Yeah, we do this weekly. Okay.
Yeah, about the victim mindset. I was going to ask about shame and the victim mindset. I always thought it was just like in breaking the cycle, there's this sub-personality called the INSO, the internalized negative self-object. These other people that were bullying me as a kid, like my dad and my siblings and then my teachers. But once you internalize their story and you start feeling sorry for yourself and you're constantly wallowing in self-pity, there's this victim self that's also holding me back, because when it tried to succeed, those other people would right away shoot me down. So to protect me from further pain, I created this sub-personality that I now call victim. And yeah, so now I made that distinction. So does that just mean I'm bad, or can it also mean I'm a loser or I'm inadequate? Or
well, it can come, it really could manifest in different thoughts, but here's the thing. Human beings really need connection and, their tribe and social connection. And shame feels like that tribe has kicked me out, okay? They don't want me in it anymore, right? Which is a very debilitating feeling if you feel that, and why shame is a kind of a leading cause of suicide. So shame is, this group don't want anything to do with me. Now, typically, of course, that's a huge overgeneralization. It's probably a few people in your group, but not the whole group. And what is it? It's estimated we have close relationships with a couple hundred people, more tangential and in, not real relationships. But anyway, that doesn't matter. But shame comes from, I'm being kicked out and I'm on my own and I did this, right? Which is a very debilitating feeling. So that's what shame is about. Now, you're right. There are two, if you look at this from a sort of bipolar, polarized opposites, one is to say they're right and I'm terrible and I should never have done that, and I'm going to beat myself up. Side is to say they're wrong and I'm victimized and I shouldn't be put in this position, right? Now, neither of those sort of extremes are helpful, all right? Neither of those extremes are helpful. It is, hey, maybe I did something that people don't like. Hey, that's up to them. Maybe I agree with them, but their reaction is too extreme. Everyone needs to remember nobody is perfect, okay? That's it. But I also don't want to go back into, I'm a poor victim. It is, okay, here's my situation. How do I make the best of it? Not, I'm with a victim comes sort of helplessness. And that is not something you want to have, right? You, in any situation, no matter how challenging, you want to be able to say, boy, this is a tough situation, but I'm going to do my best in it, right? I can't worry about what other people think. I have got to set my own goals here, how am I going to manage the situation, and I'm going to go ahead with it. That acceptance and resilience and adaptation is key. Notice I didn't say positivity. I didn't say that specifically. I mean, you could say that's positive, but then there's a sense that positive, like a false positive. Oh, well, I'm going to be happy no matter what. No, I'm not talking about that. I much prefer the phrase adaptive psychology rather than positive psychology. There's an overlap there, but there's a danger in positive is that somehow I'm just going to smile and it's going to be okay. No, it's going to be hard work.
Yeah.
You're going to face some challenges, but you will do this.
I appreciate that. And for the longest time, I couldn't take responsibility for my life. And then somebody had to explain to me, Jake, you need to start taking responsibility. And I'm like, it took me a while to understand, why would I take responsibility for what other people did to me? And she said, it's not because of that. It's because you need to, that's the only way you can actually make progress is if you take responsibility. Fine line. Like it's the way it's worded kind of sounds like you're the one who did wrong to yourself because you're taking responsibility. But it's just because you can't go back in the past and change what happened that you have to, they're not going to do it. They can't get in your brain and change it. So you have to. Right. So, I mean, they can only do so much and they might not even cooperate. Like they might not even admit that they did anything wrong. So, but you still have your own life that you want to change. So I always felt like I was letting them off the hook if I took responsibility.
Well, you're taking responsibility for your life. They can take responsibility for their life, right? And, you know, are you letting people off the hook? I mean, I like to say believing in karma makes you calmer. You know, it's, hey, it's not up to me to judge these people. Right? You know, if they carry on acting this way, you know, perhaps they'll get it, but that's a distraction to me. And I'm not going to let those people impact my life anymore. I'm not going to let them distract. Here's my goal. Here's what I'm dealing with. Here's how I'm going to do it. I can't waste time worrying about these people.